Are you practicing? Are you putting in work? Are you in the gym? You know that NBA players every summer, the good ones at least, the great ones, take time to get in the reps, to put in the work, to get better, to work on something. I'm telling you, that's what we are doing right now. Welcome back to the Game Pick Fantasy Basketball Podcast. We are hosting a 12 team mock draft on ESPN, drafting from the fourth position. I'm excited to announce that we have a bunch of humans drafting with us today, so I'm really pumped about that. The draft is going to start in a couple of minutes. Before we start, I want to give a shout out to Team Money Murray, Team Kang, Team Talaco. My man Swaffer is in the building. Farfan, Dennis the Menace, Team Ramirez, Blockman, Team Abel, Team Gale, and Team Benjamin. Super, super excited. Again, this is the Game Pick Fantasy Basketball Podcast. I'm your host, Robin Marks. You can connect with me on Instagram, Twitter, Threads, and TikTok at Game Pick Podcast and or at Robin Marks. If you love fantasy sports, please consider subscribing. Give this episode a like, hit the bell, turn on the notifications so you don't miss any of these fantasy gems. We release new episodes every single week. This episode is brought to you by the Fantasy Sports Shop on Etsy. Grab your exclusive fantasy sports swag today. And if you have ideas for the next drop, all you have to do is let us know in the comment section of this episode. Also, this month, we will give away a shirt to one of our community members to enter. All you have to do is comment the words free shirt. All you have to do is comment free shirt below. And if you want to take a look at what we have in inventory, just visit bit.ly/the fantasy sports shop. That's bit.ly, the fantasy sports shop. Whoa, that was a lot. But listen, I had to make sure I killed a little bit of time while we wait for this mock draft to kick off. I see I got a bunch of people tuning in live, which is nice to see. Big up to Ronnie, who is currently in the draft as the second pick. What up, Ronnie? I see you. Let me make sure. Do I need to Oh, we still got a minute and 53. So listen, really quick, let's talk Victor Wembanyama. As you guys know, Victor Wembanyama had a somewhat questionable start to his summer league. He got jammed on. He got posterized, actually, which was a bad look. But he did have like 5 blocks. But tonight, your man dropped 27 points with 12 rebounds. It is everything that we've been dreaming about with Wemby coming to the league. Excuse me. The other thing, we got to talk about the in-season tournament. One of my community members today asked, would that be something that impacts the fantasy schedules and the fantasy season? So that's something we got to keep our eyes on. Let me know in the comments, do you think it's going to impact us? How do you think the in-season tournament is going to affect fantasy sports? Now, we are a couple minutes away. I see my man Jet Swaffer in the chat. What up? He says, "You're all right." We're about to kick this joint off. 49 seconds. I'm excited to see with this many humans. As you guys know, we are going live 3 days a week on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, the works. And, we get up early to do it. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're up at 5:30 a.m. filming live content for you around fantasy basketball. And on Sundays, we're doing an 11 p.m. So this 11 p.m. slot seems to be working better. I can work with the family to see if I can do one more late night joint during the week. But as of right now, this is what I got. This is all I got. This is what I'm holding on to. Okay, so really excited to see what I can get happening at the 1 minute at the fourth position. So I'm drafting from the fourth position. This is a 12-team points league ESPN draft. So like I've said on the other episodes, we're going to go through every single draft position, starting with points leagues. Then we're going to switch over to category leagues if we have time. And if the community wants it, we'll even do some roto drafts. So let me know. I'm also open to do some auction drafts. All you guys got to do is let me know. And don't forget, if you guys want to grab that free shirt, all you have to do is comment on this video, free shirt for your chance to win. And if you want to see the shirts that we have available, just visit bit.ly/ the fantasy sports shop. It is about to go down. The first pick, we know that Nikola Jokic is probably going to go off the board, but I would say I had a guy who actually drafted daggone LeBron James with the first pick the other day. I was like, what in the heck? Here we go. All humans up in here. Let's get it. Let's see. Yo, team money. Murray is going first, grabs Nikola Jokic, does the right thing. Thank you for doing the right thing, sir. You did the right thing, sir. That was the right thing. Drafting LeBron James. You believe that? All right, let's see what else we got here. So, next up off the board, Luka Doncic. That's interesting to see Luka go second. Then we have Giannis Antetokounmpo goes third, and I'm up. I'm looking at Joel Embiid. I'm looking at Tatum. I'm looking at probably not Harden. I'm a little scared of Harden. I used to really love James Harden for fantasy over the last number of years. Man, I'm scared, man. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and grab Joel though. Let's grab Joel. So we got Nikola Jokic, Luka, Giannis, Joel off the board. Let's see who Team Swaffalot takes. Swaffalot might roll his dice and go with somebody like Harden because he's an aficionado. Who's he grab? He grabs Tatum. I'm not mad at that. Farfan, Team Farfan is up with the 6th pick. He can grab SGA. He grabs SGA. It's crazy, y'all, that SGA has moved up so much in fantasy. It's insane to see the progress that SGA has made and to see he's a first round 6th pick now, which is wild to me. After SGA, we got Tyrese Halliburton off the board. I do think Tyrese Halliburton is very, very valuable in fantasy, so I'm not mad at that. Then we got Domantas Sabonis off the board with the 8th pick. Domantas Sabonis off the board with the 8th pick? That's wild, Joe. That's wild. I understand it makes sense for a points league, but that's wild. That's happening, yo. Then we got Damian Lillard with the 9th pick, James Harden with the 10th pick in the first round, LaMelo Ball with the 11th pick. And now my man Team Benjamin is up with the, it looks like the final pick in the first round. He has Steph Curry on the board. He has Anthony Davis on the board. LeBron James, the number 1 pick, apparently. Crazy town. Come on, man. You can't be doing that. LeBron James. So after LaMelo with the 12th pick is Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is a good pick. Kevin Durant should be a first round guy. I think people have health concerns about him and will he be able to stay healthy? So that's worth noting. But I like KD at the bottom of the first. Next up at the top of the second, we have Anthony Davis, Steph Curry, and then LeBron James. On the board, we still have Ja Morant. Ja Morant, I would drop him down in a points league. I'm not drafting him this early considering that he's missing all of those games. But also, I don't know what he's going to do. Listen, I could do a whole episode on Ja Morant, but I'm not. But I would just say I'm good. I'm a pass on that. After LeBron James, with the 4th pick in the second round, Donovan Mitchell is off the board. Then we have with the 5th pick in the second round, Trae Young is off the board. Trae Young, I feel like should be going higher in a points league. I don't know what's up with that. Ronnie says, I wonder how far Ja is going to drop. Listen, Ronnie, I think he's going to drop a lot. I think people are losing faith. I'm up in a couple picks. Let me get focused. So after Trae Young, we had Kyrie Irving, Victor Wembanyama. Yo, that's wild. Then we had Devin Booker. I'm up. I can take, this is not so cute. This is a pick that I've been getting a lot of flack about, but I'm going to keep making it until I don't make it anymore. So I'm going to reach according to ESPN's ranks, and I'm going to grab Karl Anthony Towns, man. I'm like, since when is Karl Anthony Towns looking like a 3rd round pick? I need to see something else. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still there with Karl Anthony Towns. So after Karl Anthony Towns goes in the second round, we have De'Aaron Fox, which I like that pick. Back to what my man Ronnie was saying about how far Ja's going to drop. I think Ja will definitely drop in drafts because of the suspension. I don't think he will drop in terms of long-term value based on, what people imagine or think he's going to do. What's his next mistake, if you will. But I do have fears myself around what the absence, the suspension will do to his value. So I think he'll probably drop maybe to the third round. I think somebody will stash him and then bring him back later, especially a more savvy fantasy player. So after Karl Anthony Towns, De'Aaron Fox, Jaylen Brown, Fred VanVleet, and then we have Anthony Edwards. I love that pick. I think Anthony Edwards is going to continue to ascend. So I'm really high on him, as I've been for a number of years. This year, I just feel like it's going to be special. Next up, we have Pascal Siakam. He goes with the second pick in the third round. Then we have DeMar DeRozan, and I'm up. So I'm eyeing Ja here. Again, I'm a hold. I'm going to see if I'm sure he won't come back around, but I'm not going to grab him here. Really like Jalen Brunson, but I feel like that might just be a little too early. Zion. Oh, man, Zion. Let's just do it. Let's just do it with Zion. Let's do it. Let's see if he stays healthy. What do you guys think? Do you think Zion is going to have a healthy season? Because if the man plays, come on now. If Zion Williamson plays an entire season, stays out of the nudie bars, stays off of Instagram, locks in, stays off of the spicy Takis, and the flaming hot Cheetos, your man would be like a legend. I don't know if it's going to happen. It's a mock draft. But, I love the way my team looks right now. I love the way my team looks. So far, I got Karl Anthony Towns, Joel Embiid, and Zion Williamson. I'm probably going to be looking for some wings or some guards in these next few rounds, but really like how I'm starting so far. After Zion, we had Darius Garland, Jimmy Butler. John Morant goes off the board to Dennis the Menace. That is tons and tons of value. I love that pick. That is tons and tons of value. Then we have Kawhi Leonard off the board. Listen, let me go big screen on this one. Yo, I've been talking about Kawhi Leonard for years, y'all. For years. And I've been right every single year. I know this is just a mock draft, so I won't get too emotional. But I don't mess with Kawhi Leonard for fantasy. Don't mess with him, man. Get out of here with that. But I'm not mad at the value. So I'm going to be up soon. So let me lock in and see what's on the board. Oh, there's some goodness here. Swaffalot is up. Bradley Beal is on the board. Paul George is on the board. Zach LaVine. And hold up. Who did he grab? He grabbed Evan Mobley. Oh, man, I got to do a recap. I'm looking at Bradley Beal, Paul George, Zach LaVine right now. Yo, and the thing about PG-13, Podcast P, man, when he's healthy, he's on. I'm going to grab me some Paul George. That's my first wing. Let me do this recap real quick, though, and see what we got for y'all. So, after Kawhi Leonard, I threw up in my mouth a little bit. Hold up. I can't bang with that dude. Don't mess with him for fantasy, y'all. He'll break your heart over and over again. So after Kawhi Leonard, we had Julius Randle, Porzingis, Brunson, Murray, Adebayo, Holiday, Markkanen, Vucevic, Jamal Murray, Ingram, Jaren Jackson Jr., Evan Mobley. I picked up Paul George. Then Bradley Beal went off the board. Desmond Bane, Mikal Bridges. I love Mikal Bridges. That's such a good pick. That's somebody you want to highlight on your draft rankings and on your draft boards, man. Like your man, really. Kyle Kuzma, another one. Sneaky, man. Sneaky Foshizi. I like me some Kyle Kuzma. I feel strange though. What is that? Round 5. I would be lying to you if I told you that I didn't feel a little bit strange that Kyle Kuzma was off the board in the 5th round. That's wild to me, yo. That Kyle Kuzma is that dude now. With the departure of Porzingis, the departure of Bradley Beal, he got the keys to the car. Him and Jordan Poole. Let me get focused. I am up. Zach LaVine on the board. Josh Giddey. Ooh, Chris Middleton. DeAndre Ayton, Scotty Barnes, Jared Allen. Oh, Chet Holmgren. That's tasty. That's tasty. That's tasty. But I gotta grab Zach. I need some guards, and getting Zach LaVine in the 5th round, I'm not mad at that. And also, he's another player that we have some injury concerns about, but what you gonna do? Nick Claxton goes with the 2nd pick in the 5th round, then Miles Turner, then I grab Zach, and then Josh Giddey's off the board. I love Josh Giddey there. Cade Cunningham. Who grabbed Kane? Cade. Yo, that's my man Farfan. Big shout out to Team Farfan. That's an excellent pick. This is a note to everyone. Very important. Write this down. Cade Cunningham will move up in the rankings for ESPN points leagues. I guarantee. If you are drafting earlier and he's still sitting in this 5th round, 6th round area, he is someone you want to reach for a little bit. I would reach for Cade Cunningham. Monty Williams coming into town. Like, I'm telling you, Cade Cunningham is going to have a great season. I love that pickup, Farfan. Good job. Good job. Okay. So after Cade Cunningham, we had Alperen Şengün, Maxey, McCollum, Chris Paul, Robert Williams, Banchero, Scotty Barnes, Scary Terry Rozier, Chris Middleton, DeAndre Ayton. Team Ramirez is up. He grabs Chet Holmgren. Great pick. Love that. Dennis the Menace is up. Dennis the Menace is up. Grabs Jared Allen. Amazing pick. Tons of value. He could definitely go in the 5th round. You got him in the 6th. I'm so happy with that pick. Next up, Farfan is up again. I know he's going to make a good pick here. I absolutely am confident. The man knows what he's doing, y'all. Farfan grabs Rudy Gobert. Yes, love that move. He grabbed Rudy Gobert with the 7th pick in the 6th round, y'all. The man is bargain hunting. You know what I'm saying? He out here getting that red tag. He getting like he's shopping at daggone Target for these draft picks, yo. I am up. Kevin Porter Jr., Jakob Pertl, Tyler Hero. Ooh, this league is ugly. This the witching hour, y'all. OG Anunoby. I like OG. And I like Jeremy Grant. If I had to pick, I would take OG. Yeah, I'm gonna take OG. Especially with OG had a great season last year, but especially with Fred VanVleet leaving town, it's like, who the heck is going to score the ball? Somebody got to score. Somebody got to like get some rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to put up some stats. So OG in the 6th round, and I reached a little bit according to these rankings, but I'm not mad at that at all, at all, at all. And again, you know, I'm trying to fill out my roster. I don't have a point guard yet, I don't believe. No, I don't have a point guard yet. But again, I always try to just draft to see who's the best available, and then I get a little more strategic if I need to later in the draft. And also, I typically don't draft my rookies early. I typically wait until later on in the draft for that as well. So after OG, we had D'Angelo Russell off the board. Anthony Simons, I'm staying away from him. Like, no, buddy. Team Kang, no, not for me. And again, like, I could be wrong, but I'm not messing with him. Jalen Green, I like that pick. Jakob Pertl, adore that pick. I would have actually drafted Jakob Pertl with my last pick. The only reason I didn't is because I'm kind of stacked at center. But I really like Jakob Pertl this season. Again, another person that could benefit from Fred VanVleet's departure in Toronto. So really curious to see what he does. Next up, we had Team Kang draft Franz Wagner. Love that pick. Franz is my guy, man. I think Franz Wagner he's great, man. For fantasy basketball, he just fills so many, buckets. He gets so much action in so many different categories. I love him. Jeremy Grant off the board, and then I'm up again. So this is where I might reach. I might reach. I think I have to reach. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go for it. Y'all ready? Scoot Henderson, welcome to the family. I think this is the first time I've drafted Scoot Henderson in a mock draft. Yes, I got Scoot. And again, I just said I don't draft rookies early, but Scoot Henderson, like, I think he's going to have a great season. I don't know if he'll be like, seventh round material, but it's me actually just shooting for the moon and hoping that I can hit a star. So we got Scoot Henderson off the board. Then we have Andrew Wiggins, Russell Westbrook by Farfan. Farfan is probably having the best draft tonight. Grabbing Russell Westbrook here is an amazing pick. That should have been my pick, maybe, but that wouldn't have been as fun for the show. But Russell Westbrook, I think he's going to have a pretty decent role, and I think that he's going to be able to contribute in a points league, especially if you're not worried about field goal percentage, or if you're not worried about free throw percentage, turnovers, or anything like that. I think that he could bring you the kind of value to be a value at the seventh round pick. So that's good. Dennis the Menace grabs Walker Kessler. Then Team Ramirez with the 8th pick in the 7th round grabs Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole going late. Then we have Kevin Porter Jr., Spencer Dinwiddie, Tyler Hero, and Jalen Williams. And then it looks like folks might have a few auto picks after Team Benjamin here. He can grab either Devin Vassell, Clint Capella, Buddy Hield is still on the board, Klay Thompson, Aaron Gordon, Trey Jones, Keldon Johnson, Yusuf Nurkic, and he grabs Jaden Ivey. That seems like a bit of a reach, but I'm not mad at that at all. He could have a great year. Then we have Devin Vassell off the board, Clint Capella, and Buddy Hield. Team Ramirez is up again. Let's see what he does. We have Clay on the board, Aaron Gordon, Trey Jones, Keldon Johnson, Wendell Carter Jr., Yusuf Nurkic, Kelly Oubre Jr. I think he's still a free agent. And Christian Wood, who I also think is still a free agent. They could be interesting depending on where they land. So this is we're doing this mock draft pretty early. Ramirez grabs Amen Thompson. I love it. Like big heart eye emoji. Love that. Man, that's good. Man, I love that. After Amen Thompson, we have Miles Bridges, Dennis the Menace. I love that. Hey, this is another newsflash, guys. Newsflash for your drafts. Miles Bridges is going to be low in the rankings. I would move him up your rankings. Your man was averaging like almost 20 and 10, I believe, like 19 and 8 or something like that. He is a dog. And he's going to be hungry. So I would definitely move him up. I got the next pick. Klay Thompson's on the board. Aaron Gordon, Nurkic, PJ Washington, Draymond, Mike Conley, Valanciunas, Gary Trent Jr., running out of time. I think I'll just go ahead and just grab me some Klay Thompson. Why not? Why not? Not a sexy pick at all. Actually, makes me a little sick to my stomach, but I'd rather grab Klay than grab Wendell Carter Jr. at this point. I do like the next pick that was Team Tolico with Valanciunas. Very nice, very nice. That's somebody I would always look at. Always look at. Also, Team Swaffer grabbed Brandon Miller. That's nice. That's nice. And Brandon Miller looks pretty good in the he looks pretty good in Summer League. So that's something that's worth noting. Ronnie says, feel like Anthony is gonna be good because Dame is leaving. Ronnie, that is a great point. I really, really like that point. I just have concerns around Simons because there's just so much backcourt action in Portland. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a lot of mouths to feed. I don't know who they're going to prioritize. I don't know if he's going to get moved. But for me, I have a feeling that he's going to be the man who gets the short end of the stick when it's all said and done. I could be wrong, but I'm kind of staying away from him as of right now. As of right now for these mock drafts. After Valachunas, we have Gordon, Johnson, Derek White, John Collins. Oh, man. John Collins is another one. I would move up my draft board, man. Ooh, man, that's good. I love that. Then after that, we have Kevin Herter goes to Team Talico. And then I would be up. That's me. Let me get focused. Let me see. Let's grab my man Draymond. If you grabbing Warriors, you might as well grab all of the Warriors. See if I can get a trade for Steph Curry later on. And Draymond got a bag, y'all. If you guys didn't know, Draymond secured a pretty hefty contract. G Meso says, where do you see Wemby getting drafted? Listen, this would be our fourth mock draft, and I've seen. Let me get this big screen. So G Meso has a great question. He says, where do you see Wemby getting drafted? We've done 4 mock drafts, and I've already seen Wemby go in the first round, second round, and I think at the top of the third round. So people are going for Wemby. I think there's a lot of validation there, or a lot of potential there to see what's going to happen with him in the regular season. And it's a long season, right? So if he can gather himself to be productive, he could have like a 20-10 season, 22-10 season. He could. For me, I have a lot of fears around that, G Meso. I think that, the NBA game is different. It's not like he's playing in Europe. It's not the same type of intensity, physicality. I think that he's going to be great. I don't know if his first season, he should be a first-round player. I'm not drafting him in the first round, and I'm not recommending anyone from my community to do that. And this is in all formats. Category leagues, points leagues, roto leagues, game pick, sleeper leagues, best ball leagues. Stay away from him in the first round. If you want to reach for him in the second, I'm not crazy about it, but I understand that the potential is so high that it could be worth it. So that's where I stand on it. But where we've seen him drafted so far in our 4 mock drafts, first round, second round, and I think the third round in one of our drafts. Great question. If you have questions, please drop them. I'd love to answer them. Let me give you the recap. We're a little behind. After Draymond, we had Wendell Carter Jr., Tobias Harris, Michael Porter Jr., Jabari Smith, Kelly Oubre, Trey Jones, PJ Washington, Jalen Duren, Markelle Fultz, Bojan Bogdanovic, Nurkic, Kyle Anderson, Benedict Mathurin, Cameron Johnson, Bobby Portis, Marcus Smart. And I'm up again with 21 seconds. Looking at Josh Hart here, Gary Trent Jr. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and grab me some Josh Hart. I love Josh Hart, man. I grab him in the 10th round. I'm okay with that. I'm completely fine with that. Let's see. We have a couple rounds left. I'm gonna probably try to snatch up a few more rookies. Let's see who we got out here. Ooh, Ben Simmons. Man, people sleeping on. Look at where the mighty have fallen. Ben Simmons is ranked 197, yo. That is wild, yo. You believe that? 100. This guy was a second round pick, yo. This is crazy, man. And they're talking about they're trying to move him. Oh my gosh, man. I don't even believe that. Jeez Louise. So after Josh Hart, we have Jordan Clarkson, goes with the 10th pick in the 10th round to Team Talico. Then we have Keegan Murray with the 11th pick in the 10th round by Team Kang. And then we have RJ Barrett. For a points league, really love RJ Barrett at the bottom of the 10th round with the 12th pick. We still have a bunch of goodness is still on the board. We got a lot of good stuff. I like Onyeka Okongwu. I like that a lot. Lonzo Ball is here. Man, that's another one. How the mighty have fallen, man. It's wild. I don't even know if your man is gonna play again, y'all. It's really, really scary. I'm up. Gary Trent Jr. looks appealing to me. Curious to see what Bruce Brown does. Don't know if I would draft him there. And then I'm looking at Asar Thompson. I'll just let me grab Asar. I'll grab Asar and see if I can grab Ben Simmons, because I think Ben Simmons, if he gets on a team, he'll be okay. If you can grab Ben Simmons with your 12th pick in a draft, like, what? Risk versus reward. Let's do that. G Meso says, how do you rank the Rockets guards? I feel bad for KPJ, but I don't know, man. I think that one thing that I'm confident in is Ime Udoka. I think he is a great coach, and I think that he will help to mold those young players. I do believe that it remains to be seen what they're going to do for the big picture of the season. I think short term, I think KPJ might get some run earlier on. I don't know if he will start. I do think that Amen Thompson, in the videos that I've seen and just like the footage that I've seen from him, he looks like he might get the keys to the car as a starting point guard. But I do believe Jalen Green is going to be that guy in terms of getting a lot of usage. And then obviously we have Fred VanVleet. So I don't know if they're going to use Fred VanVleet as like orchestrating the offense or using him more as an off ball two combo guard type. So it remains to be seen. For me, what I would do, I would start Fred VanVleet at the 1. I would then put Jalen Green at the 2, and possibly, depending on how strong they are, maybe put one of those other guards as like a 3. If not, then I would just have them come off as 6 men. But I think Fred VanVleet will definitely be in the start. I know he'll be in the starting lineup, and then Amen Thompson might be coming off the bench to start the season. But I do think, like you, KPJ is going to be the odd man out and, won't get a lot of run. I'm up. I'm going to grab Ben Simmons. Yes. Who said what? Who said what about Ben? Ben, you got this. Is he still dating a Kardashian? Is Ben Simmons still dating a Kardashian? Because if he is, I might actually move him up my draft board to 11th round, which would still be bad, but hey, it is what it is. We are almost done, folks. We are in the bottom of the 12th round. Let me do a quick recap for you. We had after Asar Thompson. Well, actually, I didn't talk about the people. Let's do RJ Conley, Tyus Jones, Hachimura, Asar Thompson, Trey Murphy III, Austin Reeves, love that. Gary Trent Jr., Mark Williams, Malcolm Brogdon, Bogdan Bogdanovich, Kemba Walker, Onyeka Okongwu, Anthony Black, Jonathan Isaac, Mitchell Robinson. And I'm up with my last pick. I'm going to draft with all confidence someone with a name that I have not yet seen. 10, 9. Let's go ahead and grab my man, Jeremy Sohan. Just love his hair. I love me some Jeremy Sohan. Love his hair. G Meso says, how do you rank the Rockets guard? Oh, I already answered that one. My bad. After Jeremy Sohan, we had Dennis Schroeder. Very, very interested to see what he does. Dennis Schroeder, honestly, he's the kind of guy that I think that when given the opportunity, he performs. He's not like a top tier guy for fantasy, but definitely someone that I'd be open at taking a look at for the later rounds. Another person I'm curious to see what they do is Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks for points leagues can be somewhat valuable, very inconsistent, but also you just got bad vibes. And yo, I read an article where that 80 million that they gave him for 4 years is actually more like 90. Like, how do you know how much they paying Russell Westbrook? I think Russell Westbrook getting like 5 million or something like that a year. Your man is getting 20 and change a year. Dylan Brooks? Wasn't he supposed to be playing in China? Wasn't he supposed to be playing in China? What happened to that whole narrative? Anyway, let's go ahead and do a recap so you guys can see what I cooked up. I'm pretty happy with this draft. Started off with two bigs. First round, Joel Embiid. Second round, Karl Anthony Towns. Then I grabbed Zion Williamson. Again, if Zion Williamson can stay off of Instagram, stay away from the Instagram models and the girls, he would be okay. But he got a lot happening. He got baby mama drama, all that stuff. Then we got Paul George in the fourth round. Zach LaVine, OG Anunoby, Scoot Henderson. That was a reach, y'all. Just be clear. That was a reach. Going for Scoot, I think in the seventh round, you don't got to do all of that. If you want to, you can, but I would not advise grabbing Scoot that early. Then after that, I grabbed Klay Thompson. Not happy with that pick. Draymond Green, don't like that at all. Josh Hart, not mad at that. Asar Thompson, maybe. Ben Simmons, definitely a risky play, but I'd like to see where he ends up and what kind of value he can provide. Last but not least, the man with the hair that you don't need to fear, Jeremy Sohan. So that's my wrap up of the daggone fourth draft that we're doing. So hyped. This 11 p.m. slot is really fun. I'm going to talk to the family, see if we can do more of that. Don't forget, we are here every single Sunday night at 11 p.m. For the month of July. We're also going to be live streaming every Tuesday and Thursday at 5:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm so sorry it's so early, but that is the only time, literally, that I have available to go on live. Listen, if you're looking for a community that will help you win your league championship, you got to join our private Discord server of over 1,200 fantasy basketball fanatics. All you have to do is visit bit.ly/game pick podcast. That's bit.ly/game pick podcast to sign up for free. Again, if you need help or advice, drop your questions in the comment section below. I promise I will answer every single comment. And don't forget, play the waivers, set your lineups, and watch or listen to the next episode, you freaking fantasy nerd.